Well, I'm on the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get back on the road again. I'm on the road again, going places that I never seen, seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way is on the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. Oh no, on the road again. On the road. I'll change the key. Need to change the key. Where is everyone? Hang on.
Can you hear me, Dave?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can. You're sounding top of the morning. Top tip top.
Oh, that's good.
How's life? All right? You back better?
Yeah.
Worse?
We had our injections yesterday.
Well, you having them in pairs now?
Eh?
Not the same one.
The
Booster,
the booster.
Oh yeah, Mel and James should be hearing about that.
They didn't really tell us. We just found out. We got on the national health thing and booked it and went.
Oh, perhaps I'll
tell you?
do that. I'll do that for Mel.
Yeah. Yeah, so the lines are open. We went to a chemist.
Ah,
Went to Wareham.
well, that's a bit of a trek.
Well, yeah, not that bad, but our doctor isn't doing it this time. So you have to go to the chemist.
I'm sure there's someone around here.
Don't know what it's all about. But anyway, we did it.
Well, you're up to speed. You should be all right till Christmas now.
Hopefully. Well, no, it's till the flu jabs, isn't it? Till the
October.
autumn. This is spring now. The next one will be autumn.
I haven't. I'll do it now. I haven't reported COVID today, so I don't know what the figures are for here.
I don't know. No, I haven't looked.
Well, I used the C19 COVID app on my phone, where you just report how you're feeling.
Right.
I feel physically normal. That always makes me laugh when I put that one.
Yeah, you'll never know. You'll never know.
And then they tell you what the symptom, what the numbers are for. These are more accurate than the government.
Oh, right.
Where I live, it's gone up by 224 in Christchurch from last week.
I get just the Dorset ones.
Yeah.
All going up.
With UK, it's 330,000 per day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, so many people not bothering with masks and that.
I know.
You know,
they're just coffee afterwards, and we went in the cafe, and a girl came in, coughing and spluttering everywhere. So we left. We came back out.
What, a customer or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that.
No.
I wouldn't have had that pre-COVID.
No, that's right.
I'd have given her a mouthful, knowing me. Yeah, you only got to say, would you mind not doing that or going somewhere else?
Yeah.
Get out of my bloody space. Because those bloody, well, like I knew anyway, those blooming cough water droplets, they go miles.
I know. We left straight away. It was on the next table. They came in after us. So we got up and left.
Yeah, you should have asked for your money back.
Oh, I haven't paid. We hadn't even ordered.
Oh, brilliant.
So it was okay.
Well, that's good because someone in the hopefully someone in the management team would have noticed that.
Yeah, yeah, they did apologise, but there we are. So I never got my coffee. We just came home, and now I've got a sore arm. I can't lift my left arm up.
What? Yeah, well,
But otherwise we're all right.
how'd you get on with your art little trip?
We managed, I think is probably the word. Gordon did every other day. I did the days, but he had a lot of new ones there, so didn't learn much. But it was still fun. It was nice to see people. Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
Yeah, I noticed Marilyn Alice, the Dorset lady, she does the hotel in Bournemouth,
Oh yeah,
Marilyn's Court or something.
yeah.
It's about 600 quid for 3 days.
Good grief. No, we don't
I
pay.
don't know if that includes accommodation, and I think it does.
Ah, right, yeah.
Breakfast
Yeah, I
and
suppose if you're in a hotel.
evening meal,
Ah, right, yeah.
and they have a room, a dedicated art area that they can use and that.
Yeah, I imagine that's really nice.
The one they're doing in she's just finished one in April, March, I think. The one that they're doing in October is they have 3 artists,
Oh yeah.
3 different artists. The one on in October, they got Charlie Evans coming along.
Mm-hmm.
He's mad. He's a good artist, but he's painting. It's an acrylic course. If it was watercolor, I wouldn't go, but I'd like to see the videos.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he paints good. He's a good watercolor
Yeah.
painter. And he's more off of my back,
Yeah.
He don't do any of this da 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 da. He tells it as it is.
Yeah.
Don't buy this, don't use that, because it's a
Yeah.
waste of money. All you got to do is add this to this and it makes that anyway.
That's right, yeah. Well, Kevin used to live in Christchurch. I did ask if he knew you, but he didn't.
Who?
Kevin Middleton.
Doesn't ring a bell.
He used to live in a flat above one of the cafes in Christchurch and sell his pictures in the cafe. But he was, he taught Chris actually at uni, night school. He's actually a qualified teacher.
Morning all.
But,
Morning. Morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
Crikey, they're coming in droves here.
Oh, I'm still not on there. Oh, what's happened?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
How's everyone?
yeah, fine. Yeah.
I guess
Right,
you're back. Had a good art holiday, Anne?
Yes, thanks. I was just telling Dave that it was your former teacher.
Oh yes, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. Is he still as nutty as ever?
Yeah, he's still as stupid as ever. Yeah, he hadn't changed at all, Chris. I'm sure
Oh well, we wouldn't want him to change really.
No. He's still a nice person.
Do they have different artists every while you're there then? It's not the same person every year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's retired now and he's going to be a full-time artist.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Whether he'll make it or not is another matter.
He won't.
No.
But he's given up his painting and decorating, which was always a waste anyway. He was too good for that.
Mm.
Morning, Gordon.
Morning, Christy.
Yeah, morning.
My days are just a big blur. I can't focus at the moment. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. I'm actually painting a picture.
It's really a patientful word. You really need a concentration on it. I'll not break it. If I just get back to you tomorrow around this time, will that be okay, David?
I'll give it a go.
Fine.
That'd be fine.
Sorry,
That'd be fine. Yeah.
tomorrow around this time, right?
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Brilliant. Sorry.
All right. It's just about, I just want to show one of the example to you.
Okay.
I'll get back to you tomorrow around this time.
All right.
Just to remember, Annie will get back to you. My name is Annie.
Okay, Annie.
All right, David. It's nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Take care then. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Annie. Bye. Bye. Oh boy.
That's what happens when you slide your finger on the green button instead of the decline one.
Oh,
Well, I didn't understand much what she was saying anyway.
no.
No.
I thought you'd find that amusing.
No.
But the thing is, I think she wants me to, what a gist of it, I think, is something to do with
Money.
the website. My website, eventually it turns into money. They want to redesign our websites, my websites, to maximize potential and all the rest of it. Well, I don't care. I'm retired.
Is it?
You know,
Hmm.
I've got to tell Stephen, you know, I'm retired.
Started painting already. You started
It made
painting
me laugh
already.
when you said, "Oh, Kevin's retired, and now he's starting to paint," and I'm thinking, that's quite amusing, that. I don't know what.
Live, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Can't all talk over each other.
Sorry.
I want to. I'm going to plant garlic and onion bulbs for the next time I meet my maker.
Oh dear.
It's quite good fun, really. I've got all these garlic bulbs from the seed cap people, and so now I've got a big, huge pot. I don't know how much is in it. I can't pick it up anyway, and I've got blackberry canes in that, and around the edge I've got garlic and onions, and I've got three of them. And I've got, out the front I've got joy snails. I've got those planters trying to grow stuff up the trellis along the fence, and I've put them in there as well. The onions are working brilliant.
Oh, that's good.
The tomatoes and the climbers, they're suffering because it's windburn. It's very windy out the front.
Oh.
It's predominantly you get the wind blowing down the road, and the north wind. They just don't take off, you know. The plan was right, but I think I'll take them out of the planters, and I've got 3 more of these. Well, I've got quite a few of these big black bucket things, planter things, with a lot more soil in. You know, they take a bag of compost in each one, huge things. So I'll stick the climbers in there. I think I'm sure they'll be much happier in a deeper thing. Well, that's what I'm doing. Well, I thought she started on about Westover Gardens Art Makers Market, which that I've stopped paying for that, the domain name, because I wanted it to fizzle out and die. Because I thought I'm not going back there. I'm not interested in that sort of thing. What's the point? You know, it's 20 quid a year that I don't really need to spend, really, because I get nothing out of it. My directions changed. I'm going to get a phone call at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Don't answer it.
Yeah, be out.
What day is it? Wednesday. I might answer it just to put her out. I don't mind those. At least it's sort of semi-genuine, you know, it's not a scam, it's just business type thing. The ones I don't like are the Chinese ones that sometimes they don't even say anything. You can just hear wing wong bang wing in the background. I don't know if the Chinese restaurant misdirecting the call or something.
Takeaway, I expect.
And the other one, of course, is you know, that accident I was in.
Oh, yeah.
right.
help you there.
Yeah.
And I've got the standard, my reply for that. I have fun with that one. You know,
Uh,
it's sort of, what?
This is why I haven't got a landline phone
Believe that
anymore.
you're ringing me. I've only just come back from the police. They said someone from insurance would ring, and they've given me the case. Hang on, I'll get the case number. So by the time you've got there, they've gone.
oh, that's good.
You ought to have said, were you a witness? We're desperately needing someone to witness it.
But yeah, you can fabricate it and do it. The worst, and she's not too bad because she knew it was David. But
Yeah.
the other ones, they're just
Oh,
leave it
just
in the air
plucking
job,
numbers
innit?
out the air, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Plucking. The trouble is, the older I'm conscious of it, the older you get, the more vulnerable you become.
Mm.
Like the old one of two guys coming up with yellow high-vis jackets on saying we can fix your drive, and we're working around the corner, and
That's it.
your roof tiles. Your roof tiles, sir. That one up there, look, you can see it's not right. I've got matey here. He'll go up and have a look. And the next thing you know, there's a bloke up a ladder checking with a bucket of mortar. Say,
Yeah.
that's all right, he'll fix it. And that'd be £500. Look, and you think, he ain't done nothing.
That's
Just
it.
caught up with a trowel and gone, made it look good.
Mm.
But they're all over Poole.
Mm.
If you're in the Parkstone next door group, I get notifications for those sort of scams all the time. I wouldn't live in Poole or Parkstone for a long enough. They get kids running up and down the street middle of the night trying to pinch their cars. They even, brazen as anything. They nick stuff left, right and centre. There was one the other day. They tried to nick their camper van, but they had it on video and called the police and everything, and thought, oh well, that was like 12:30. 3 o'clock, they came back and did nick it.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
I must admit, if I had something like that, I'd have to.
Mm.
I'd take all the spark plugs out or something when I want using it. Take a wheel off, anything. Because those clamps don't work, do they? If you can put it on, they can take it off. But if it isn't on there in the first place and they haven't brought one with them, then you've got a better chance, I reckon.
Mm.
We'll chain it up to the house. As they drive off your front window.
Pull the house down.
Yeah, half a wall comes off.
Yeah.
Perhaps a fire hydrant or water thing out the front would be better, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Then the council get angry because they've lost a bit of their property.
Oh.
Hey ho.
What a day. Had some nice pictures of Kirk last week, didn't we?
Yes, very nice. Very unusual ones.
Carol.
I just wanted to do something different. I wasn't sure how to do it. I don't think it's that
was
good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Oh.
It's like she's done 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
What did you use? Was that pastels, Carol? Or was that
No,
paint?
the two, the bottom one was charcoal pencils,
Oh, right.
and the rest was just paint,
right.
watercolor.
Right.
I see what you've tried to do on that top right one. Just do that sort of anything goes color.
Yeah,
Well, I'll show you something in a minute.
I don't know how to do it properly, so I just.
I tried it after speaking to you. I washed my Kirk Douglas out in the bath with some.
Oh,
I just had the sketch bit and I had a go, and it was like you say, oh my god.
yeah.
Well, it was interesting. I did find out some interesting things. I just got to the stage and I thought, I'm no good at this.
Oh, that's good.
I like that one.
I can't.
Mm.
He looks too warm. I don't know. Elliot,
Not too nice.
yeah. I don't. They all look absolutely amazing. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm doing these portraits, I get so far through and or get towards the end, I look at it and I think, do you know what? That reminds me of so and so.
Oh, yeah.
Or like so and so. And then as you do it, as you're going through it, well done, Chrissy. That's pretty good. As you go through it, you suddenly become aware of facial features. Sort of, it's almost a level playing field, and you as you do, you think that's so and so. So I can. It's really. I can't put my finger on it at all. Look at our Joyce coming out.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was more excuse me, more Liberace than Kirk.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know how to answer that statement on the email.
I didn't know where to go with him, so there he is.
He looks a bit young, but
Yes.
That's another thing. We've all been doing it. They're all which you see mine in a minute. They're all we're doing them such favors, complimenting. We're taking years off of these folks. I'm going back. Well, I said the other day, we've got Hedy Lamarr coming up. That's a bit more of a beauty.
Oh gosh.
I think he looks like, you can imagine it's like one of those teenagers that going in and out of houses in Parkstone, like, caught on camera.
Oh,
Look at this.
oh, wow.
that's good.
That's lovely.
It reminds me of someone else. They all do.
Yeah.
They all.
Like yours calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
The beauty of it is we've all captured that feeling of 1940s, 1930s movie. I can sense, Elliot Ness, the Chicago mobster, or which is brilliant. Love that. I love that technique of using a blue to make that neutral tone first, or pick out all the mid-tones or the darker bits, and then paint, let it dry or blend in, and then just sort of, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you think about it, underneath our skin we're blue, all the veins and the that sounds a bit scary, but
That's a bit, yes.
Most of royal blood.
this week's picture is it's gonna be a breeze, isn't it?
Interesting.
For you probably, yeah.
Oh god. I'm gonna try and break it down a bit. Don't know if it'll work. I think that's the one. Yeah. It's a good exercise in planning a picture, really. I looked at it, I just did the boat and background, and I thought, well, Bernard Shaw told me years ago, so painting broken things don't work. People won't buy it. It's like, as a photo it's all right, but as a he used to say broken stuff, like it was just a thing like that, a boat on the beach at Avon at Muddyford, and I just painted it, didn't work and never sold. And then I put a fisherman next to it with his rods pointing out, and I think it went then. So he was kind of right. Broken stuff don't sell. I've added a few Don't know where it's gone now. Cancel. I think I did it on the sketch. Yeah, I put the man and his dog. I thought, well, I'll break it down a bit. So, anyway, I'll crack on and have a laugh. Change my movie camera. Ta-da! That's put me off that phone call. I've got that lady's voice in my head now.
I think she's in all our heads.
Yeah.
Certainly could talk.
It's really piercing, isn't it?
Mm.
And I turned the volume down on the phone as well.
Gosh.
The trouble is you have to concentrate so hard with their accent, don't you?
You forget what they're saying, yeah, and then you can't understand what the hell they're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's have a laugh.
Trouble is, I'm so English. I don't like being rude, deliberate. You know, she wasn't being ignorant, so I thought, I did a photo. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and work out a simple way of doing the sky. I don't know. I could go wish in one go, but I thought, let's try a different way. First thing I think I'll do is wet the paper. Always a good start. I'm sticking with my trusty mini palette. There's many, but there aren't. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 12 colours in there potentially. So first off, I'm going to make. I'm not going to use. Shall I? Yeah, go on, Dave. I'm going to use that mega brush for a bit of fun. And this is Two Rivers meet. Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna go.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness.
That looks like trouble.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I made the whole flipping shebang wet. But I'm not going bananas. I've got a plan. While it's wet, you know this red stuff that I keep.
Yeah.
It's so no. I see that looks soaking wet, but it's still quite dry. Yeah. This paper soaks up so much paint, and what I'm going to do is it's so much paint, so much water. I mean, hang on, I'll spray it. Come on, don't mess with me, mate. I want it to be nice and wet, and I just thought, first off, I'm going to just look for paint. Maybe because it fades back, doesn't it? So I think the whole shebang wouldn't hurt with an undercoat of, especially out that bit, this right hand corner. Blimey, this paper, it's something, isn't it? I don't know what it's more like blotting paper. It's just eating the paint. So I'm just going to put go over the figure a bit as well. What the heck? See how it's soaking into the paper really quick there. But I want to clear a bit over there on the horizon where what are they? Don't know. Set the scene a bit more.
Calm down, Dave. Don't rush. Take your time. Too hasty. I can see, just looking at the photo, thinking where it would be of use to have a little background tone of doodah. With permanent rose, isn't it? So it ain't going nowhere. Algerian crimson's the same. It's a permanent colour. I was going to do this last night just to save time. Really. Yeah, right. So that'll do for a minute. I'm going to dry it off and then make it wet again. But I just want this. Normally, you just leave it overnight. I'll leave it for an hour or two. Where a phone call with some mad woman from Wolverhampton, that was. Sounds like a lovely lady.
Mhm.
You look a bit off there. A bit off there with the tissue. Normally do this like overnight, do it the night before. Or like I said earlier, let it just dry naturally into the paper. I don't think I've ever done this with a spray. So anything's possible. Look at that. Yeah. Could always have a bit of fun and do a Stella Carol and use tinted paper.
Oh yeah.
Tinted watercolor paper, which is quite fascinating. Yeah, that's about it really. The make it stuff wet again, aren't I? Well, organised wetness, I think. I've still got a bit of clean water in my bucket, the other bucket. There's not as much water coming off this brush as it looks like. I don't want to go too mad. I've got a flat 1-inch brush here, so blue. What blue? I was looking at it last night and I did try 2 different blues, but I think that horizon blue that I use will probably be nicer. But cerulean blue does similar on this little sheets that I did last night. That was cerulean blue. Then I thought, oh, that ain't working. So I tried the other blue, cobalt blue, and that didn't give me the feel that I wanted.
Try indigo, Dave.
No, I've got plenty of that in my palette. That's for sure. Great stuff.
Good for nighttime skies.
Yeah, it works. I love it. You've sold me on that.
I'll write that on my tombstone.
Mhm.
Indigo.
Indigo, indigo.
Indigo. Yeah, here we go. Indigo. Indio. Why did we use Algerian crimson or the crimson colour? Because the crimson will stop the yellow from going green. So I mean, this is not one of my normal I'm putting extra paint on because I know it's going to, this paper's eating it up. What I'm trying to do is secure. You can have fun anyway with this. Decide on your own tint of, might even look nice with a bit of white on it when it's finished. I'll just set the scene. Get rid of that white paper. That's the major issue. Early bath, my arm, my foot. Early lunch, I mean. I can sense it already. I haven't even got to the boat yet. But hey ho. I'm going to introduce some. I was thinking about it earlier on this morning. I thought, shall I put a bit of masking fluid on the figure and the boat? And I thought, well, nah, we'll just make them a bit darker. Right. While it's all nice and damp, I'm not going to muck about. I've got Naples yellow and another yellow. So I'm just going to whack it on and see what. Ooh, not as bright as I wanted it to be.
That could quite easily.
Oh, that's a shame. Wanted it to be a really nice, bright but transparent yellow. Never mind. Oh, a little bit. And want it to. Trouble is, I've got blue in the water, so I'll add a little bit more crimson here. Rose, whatever it costs. Should be able to lift some of the paint off of the top and put it in the bottom. I've still got a big tube of Indian yellow that I bought for some project or other. Well, Notion. I thought, you don't want to mess with that. That is so fierce. If you're like, yeah. Well, it's almost worked. Dry brush, damp brush, tissue in your hand, and you can lift off some excess if you're lucky. But as I say, worth having a little practice to decide which yellow you fancy, because the yellows I've got here I'm not that enamored with. I'm just lifting bits off with my brush very lightly. That was that Sahara sand, wasn't it? I reckon, in their eyes. That should dry back all right, won't it? I think I'll lift get a stiff brush. Just if I can, where the figure is, just lift off the paint. Same with the boat. Notice the boat's sailing into the picture, not out of it. Bad form, that is.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
I know it's going in because that's the little cell at the front's the foresaw, isn't it? Foresaw. One for cell. Yeah. So, and when I put the little people driving it, it will look like it's going. Yeah. Do you not? Well, you sort of steer a boat, don't you? Sail a boat. No, it made me do now. You put yellow there. Never mind. I've stopped looking at the picture now, so that's always a bad sign. If I use the, so then I really, yeah, because I bought it, I'm going to use it, and that's the little squirrel brush that I bought. Holds a lot of paint and water, so, and it's got a nice point. So what I'm going to do, stop rushing, take your time, Dave. I was just thinking about the boat earlier. I was tempted to paint the boat first, focus on the, you know, just paint the boat and then paint everything else from the boat. Center on the, you know, concentrate on the boat. So maybe you might feel that's an option. Well, this is that I'm using the same blue that I've used on the sky, or that while it's all damp, just to. But if you notice on my sketch, I've where I thought the shady bits of the boat are, the shadows, I've just sort of put an extra shade in the pencil on the sketch. I'm hoping that the paint will make it look nice. Cerulean blue will do. Just looking at the picture and picking out where some of the darker bits of blue are on the gunnels. Is that what they're called? The bit there, and they're a bit more blue in there. Then we've got to mix up some shadow to whack in it, but it's just the same blue that you use on the sky. So say I've used that horizon blue. Goes a long way. I mean, I've only bought, I could only afford a small tin of it. Tube thingy. The shading I've put on the base of the boat, I've done it in, I thought I did. Maybe I haven't. I'll just, hang on. What? So yeah, I've just shaded in with pencil the dark parts of the shadow bits. Hopefully I can pick out some of the make it look like it's got a step on it. Could have some real fun. In my palette I've got that cobalt turquoise colour, so just for a variation. I did try it on the sky and I don't know, didn't quite work. Just dab a few bits in where it's dry. Right, think up a shade, a shady tint for it. I don't think I can think of. Ooh. Did you see that? Right through the hole. God, I need new glasses. Oh, dear. That's amazing. So that was just the permanent rose, same as we were using in the wow, that was a bit carefree, wasn't it? Same color using in the on the portraits. Just knock a few of the shadowy bits in. Bit too much water, I think. Anyway, the front of the boat could do with something. So the thing about these brushes, they hold so much water. This is really just the setting the, well, I'm saying this tentatively, setting the tone for what's coming next. Nice thing about this brush is it's got that point on it, so you can have a little play with it. That I'm going to soak off anyway, because it's going to spoil my shadow bit. That'll do, I think. Now, what's the next colour? The next colour is burnt sienna. This is that portion over there. And we should be able to add some.
What blue did you use on the boat, Dave?
It's the same blue that I used in the sky.
Really?
Does that help?
Yeah, because you used a very
Cerulean blue will do.
daylight blue, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, cerulean blue. This, but I used the what's that company? Holbein. Hello, Holbein. As in Marlene. Holbein. Holbein. I think it's pronounced Holbein. I'm not intent on creating a facsimile of the boat. I just wanted to have a bit of fun dropping in colours. So that was just blue, burnt sienna and a blue, which gives us a nice grey shade. Myriad of greys that you can mix with it. I'm just dropping them in while it's still wet. Trying not to lose every pencil line, because at some point I'm going to have to use a rigger and just add some nice shadows, nice darks to it to try and pick out a bit of a boat. Maybe we'll have an early, no, don't say it. Why are you happy, Dave? I don't know. Never know what's going to happen, do I? Right. I think what I'll do, because we don't know exactly, well, I don't know exactly what's happening at the base here. So I'm just going to make a tone of colour, bit of the sky blue. Seems to be the theme here, mixed up with these greys, just until I keep going. I think I'll keep going. The funny thing about Kirk Douglas last week was, well, say funny, the one that I washed off was when I looked at it, I think it was last night or this morning, I thought, wasn't too bad that. It actually looked a bit like Kirk Douglas. So I was thinking, you blooming idiot. Done it again. I do it regular as clockwork. Tuesday afternoon, I'll look at it and think, or Wednesday morning usually, I think, oh, I'll just, nah, I'll wash it off and try again. It was Carol's fault.
Oh, why's that?
Oh dear.
Oh.
She told me to do it.
Mhm.
She said, I like those portraits where it's all sort of, you
Yeah.
just have all the colours and just wish it around. And I thought, maybe I liked that a bit as well. So of course, fortune favours the idiot. It didn't work. Well, it didn't work. Didn't work how I wanted it to. I think these brushes are a bit strange. Bit like a rigger. Once you start playing with it, you can't let it go. Right. I've sort of gone in reverse on this because normally what I do, I'm painting these sort of beachy bits, is put some use raw sienna first. So I've just got some here as it happens in my palette. And drop that in to where I am here. I'm not worried about the dark darts because I'm going to drop it in later anyway. Just thought it needs warming up. And we've got just, I'm going to put a squiggle there just to say that I've got some little rushes. Oh, blimey. That Viridian green is lethal on its own. But add a little bit of yellow or what's that? Little bit of yellow or raw sienna to it, it changes it completely. Just don't know why. Fancy whacking some green in. Just wait. Bit more yellow. But once you've got a bit of it though, you can do a myriad of things with it. Just leave it. Leave it in the palette, I mean, and then just drop more yellow or a different colour in it, and it's suddenly don't want that to be too dark over there. Right. It's one of those strange pictures, this, the way I've approached it, for sure. I think it's all about, maybe sometimes you can be overconfident. Stick your hand in it, Dave. Yeah, well, this is the background bit here. Try and stop where the boat is. Just raw sienna at the moment. But I'm just going to use what's in the palette. What's local to the picture for a minute. A bit more raw sienna. Keep going. Well, it's gone a bit greeny colour now, but I'm not fussed about that. It's not, remember what I said the other day? It's not about the hue of the colour, it's about the tone of the colour that's more important. Unless you're painting with indigo, there is no, there is no here or there. It's either one or t'other. I still got that where I've got blue here, but burnt sienna gives it a sort of a grey. It's all the same colours in my palette, so I can utilise them on this background area. Just drop it in. Because they're local to the picture, that at some point you've got to stop looking at the reference photo. Unless you work for Dale Arowney or a paint specialist, you ain't going to match those colours. So you have to think along the lines of, well, that's the colours that are in my palette that I've utilised, that I've made up. So you need to sort of go with them. I think it needs a bit nice blue in amongst that, which I've got over here, sort of purpley blue. Just I don't want to go too dark. Well, it should be all right because I'm not worried about the boat.
Get down. Get down.
Yeah. But it's always nice to put a warm colour underneath, so that when as it dries back, then the warmer colour sort of comes out. Here we go. While I'm doing that, I've still got all these sort of greys and purpley tones, so I'm going to add them onto some of this beach area. This is rough paper. I thought it was a not finish, but it's not. It's rough. Hence the reason it's just eating. Burnt umber is nice with the blue as well. So mix up a bit of that. Drop it in because everything's still soaking wet. I'm just going. This brush, I don't know what it is. It's a number 2, but it is sable. So it's got a nice soft feel to it. And I can just add a few. There's water there actually, just at that top. Just there. Don't know what colour the dog's going to be.
Pretty muddy, I would think.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to avoid him, but no, I was just thinking what colour he's going to be so I can get him to at least stand out a bit. It's start to take shape. I'll put some dark bits, float them in here. And perhaps have a little think. I could have a look at the reference picture, I suppose, while I'm messing around with these sort of grey bits. Tell you what, I'll stick my finger in that hole and see if I can look like I'm a proper artist. I'm just going to stick with just put a few bits of. Use the word detritus, but it's not, is it? It's just, I suppose it is. It's the foreshore, isn't it? Or bits of. We've all been down there, and it's horrible, sort of stony. You could try and swim in it, and it's like we have to wear trainers to get out far enough to swim anyway. So it's full of rocks and all kinds of stuff. Feels like clinker, which is what from out the bottom of boats, doesn't it? Ballast. They used to call it clinker, wasn't it? Something like that. You know, getting a sailing lesson there. Historical boating lessons. No. Tell you what. This paper might be playing up because it's actually the I don't think it's the front. I think it, well, I'm sure it's positive. It's the back, because on the other side is Barnard Castle. Oh dear. Perhaps got a rigger. Once you put a rigger in, it's difficult to let that puddle of green is determined to scoot out onto my picture, isn't it? Sense it, doing it. Oh, what happened to my rigger? It's gone all. What's name? Just had a few diddly doos. The purpley bit I've got in the palette probably worked quite nice for that. Too strong. Haven't picked a rigger up for so long. And what I want to do is get a nice little bit of that purpley colour. It's just so odd. Some days, certain brushes end up being the ones that work for the whole picture. It's this little sable one's turn today. Might be a bit dark there. I'm kind of hoping that the figure will take it away some of the dullness or muted feeling from the water. I'm gonna have a bit of fun here. Grab some of that yellow and add a little bit of my mad red to it. It's gone like a flesh tone, which I didn't really want. So there you go. I've discovered something today. Naples yellow and the permanent rose gives you a lovely flesh tone. That's amazing. That's really made my afternoon, that. Right, I'm going to go right across there with clean water. Even on the boat, just put a line of it and I'm going to grab some of that flesh tone. And I'm going to drop it in, see what happens. If I can warm it up, add a little bit of sparkle. I'm not really used to using rough paper.
You don't care as long as
You get one shreddy if he comes in from the garden there. He's pleased.
Just try and warm it up a bit. If you've got any orange, Carol, you've got plenty in there.
Yeah, we've got orange.
St. Peter's.
Yeah.
It'll work better than what I've done there. Really well. You can brighten it up, but I'm struggling with well, I know I'm going to struggle with that in this with this palette. With that, I don't. Anyway, brown. No, we have no brown. But what we want is a load of burnt umber. My nose, so certain colours dry really quick. So I've got burnt umber. And I'm going to whack a bit of blue on it. What blue do you want? I don't know. That's cerulean blue. That usually makes it a little bit boring, I suppose the word is. See if I can add a little bit. Now this is something that's going to take loads of time. Just pick out any pencil lines that you think you've still got. gosh. Yeah. Just try and redraw the boat back in, but I'm trying to leave in some of those lovely distress bits. There's a nice bit there, bit of water, sorry, a bit of paint, clean water, and let it drizzle it down, see what happens. Very good. And I've got the same issue, the same thing where I put those fine pencil lines. So at some point, just keep going over it. The same, I need a few. I'll go, yeah, right across there. Not so much there. No, that's fine. You need the patience of King Canute, really, to just don't get excited about or picky about detail. Just look at it from the values of light and dark, you know, tones, shadows. So if you like there, I've decided there's going to be a shadow area there. So clean water, just let it spread along, and same there. Whoops, not too much. Lift a bit of paint off. Let it go in there. Away we go. I keep putting my Gordon's done it. He told me to use indigo, so I've been dipping the brush into the indigo. Doesn't have to be so gentle with it.
Yep. That comes under the never listen to Gordon.
It's subliminal, that was.
Is it a wise man always listens to his fools? Oh no, blames his tools. Sorry.
But you can see the plan that my cunning plan is now just to add, ooh, careful, add these shadows. All I'm doing is mix. I've got a pool of blue here, so if I just mix up if I just add raw sienna or burnt umber, one or the other, and use a blend of the two with the blue, it gives you that yucky, we don't know, defined grey. You can add a bit of red to it, warm it up. You can add a bit of green to it, bring it back to where it was, and add a bit more burnt sienna, a bit more blue. You can go mad, add a bit of indigo, like Gordon told me to.
Yeah.
But I think the key thing is it's always the same thing. Clean water on the brush. Decide where you want a nice wash. So draw a line of clean water or two lines. Then add the colour to the brush and follow the same line. And then let the water do some of the work. You can always have more water, but you can see it gradually, the boat will gradually pick itself out. But it's quite, oh well, can't do much about that. It's the paint sort of spread a bit over here, so I'm going to add
extend the broken part of the boat out. Bit of rigor without any water. If you use it with no water, the paint, so there's no water involved. There was up there where I put a little line of it, but down below there is none, but I can just see the pencil line along there that I drew, which was one of the planks of the boat. So what I'm doing is using bits of the paint that I had in the palette. Seems to be, if you get any white areas, just leave them for now. But you can equally put a drop of water back on and see what happens. I think just for, well, not for fun, but just as a demonstration, I'm going to add, I've got a load of blue on the brush, and I'm going to start there and go all the way along. More, give me more. All the way along to, say there. It's funny, it's hard work, this paper. And while that's still damp, I'm going to grab a load of burnt umber and drop it in and flick it away. See what happens. See if I can get a really dark shadow on the boat. It's in the mire, isn't it? And if you can't get it dark enough, take a leaf out of Gordon's book and whack some indigo in it. My theme for the day, Gordon. Indigo.
Stuff at the moment.
But you can get some serious darks in.
Ah, right.
Blaming you again.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the reference picture for quite some time, even though it's just above my head. I'm just using clean water and moving that dark colour, but flick a few bits over there and we'll get a path of some description. Don't know if it is a path. As I say, the boat will have to add. Just look at the reference picture, and we've got the background tinted nice. Just pick out some shadows and try and leave some of those background tints behind. Something like that. You know what it's like. You look at it in the morning, you think, you suddenly find, I keep saying it over and over, but you suddenly find loads of things in the picture that, oh, where did that come from? I didn't even know that was there. The next day. But if you're in a quandary about it, to warm it up, if it goes too cold, just add some. You can drop in some of the yellow from your sky colour, etc., etc., because it's all part and parcel of the palette, like I said all the way. I think I need to come quite dark there and across there. Find some more darks in here, I think. Something like that. You're obviously going to have to spend quite a bit of time picking out the darks and that, but
the theme is to say, well, look, once you've created the nice
Come on, that'll do. Thank you.
background, shouldn't have put that yellow there. Spoiled it, didn't it? See, I always admit to my mistakes. There's not many. He laughs. No, I think it's when you see a few bits. Da, 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 and I'll put a line across there. Couldn't have done it better if I was sat there looking at it. Well,
Very good.
well, you can see it. It's not a 5-minute job. You just got to stick at it and pick out some colours, but it's not really bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Still needs a bit more shadow work on it. But the funny thing about doing the shadow, with the blue that you add to the burnt umber, makes the dark a different. Again, it's getting back to that, not the hue, the tone. It becomes a different tone of dark. Can't really, as it dries, you'll notice it. Like the early dark I did, still there's a lot of the bluiness about it. So you can add a bit more on. Right, let's get away from that for a minute. Have a bit of fun over here, I think. Right, what did I say about? Let's not muck about with ceremony. I've got flesh tone in my palette, so I'm going to stick it on there for now. Maybe a bit pinker. Stuck with that. Ah, dear, oh dear, there's a big sigh. No, I was just thinking about the little dog thing. So what I'm going to do, just to prove that I'm daft's a brush, I'm going to add blue there. Then while it's damp, I'll drop in the dark that I used down there. Just for a bit of fun. Problem is, I can't put my hand over the bit that I want to use. Don't know if he's got a dog or a sheep here. Yeah, it'll be all right. The dog's looking back, so I just put a little, pushed it that way, just a little bit. Now the dog's looking around, looking back towards the figure, which the figure, because I haven't got any flash colours like the colours in the St. Petersburg set. Oh, Dave, that was just too much. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Never mind. What I was hoping to do was get a nice sort of warm, glowy red colour, but I can't. But it's not. It's gone. It's gone the other way. Trousers, shorts, leggings, call it what you like. just so that it compromise. I've got and then he said I've got green. But I'm gonna put in there. Same in there. Try and leave a gap if we can. See if I make it look like there's some movement on them. For a minute. I'm not worried about shoes or feet. We'll let the maybe. Nice. Push it back up. Go away. Go away. Get off me green. I'm pushing the red back. It's not having it though, is it? Tissue. Brush. Tissue. Brush. A bit off that shoulder. And voila. It's the other way around. I should be doing it. Lift off. I want to lift a bit off of there and add dark in here. Could be a bit of indigo, Gord.
Or he's gone again. He had a phone call.
Wasn't that woman? What her name was? Anne, was it?
No, you're okay. It was Dave. It was another David.
Not another one.
Yeah. Dave
Has it got
Nicholas.
nine?
It was Nicholas.
Right.
Chris knows him.
I'm going to use just raw sienna for a minute. It might spread. I don't know. Just put it on the top. Give them a bit there. It's a bit damp, so just for Gordon, I'm going to stick a bit of naughty tissue. Yeah, it's too damp. I was going to put a bit of indigo on his head, just, but it's damp and it's spread. It just went whoosh. So if we're not careful, you'll have a motorcycle helmet on. That's okay. I'm not worried. I've got some more of the green. Put that in. So I've got dog. Makes a bit more shadow, which is blue and permanent rose. That's a bit more blue. Just a bit of that. Just to sit these little rascals on. I think the shadow would more likely come straight down, wouldn't it? More this side, I think. Water. See if we can spread it about. Hidden. There you go. Next bit is just a little bit of dark warmth and across the. Oh, I could have done with a finer brush there, I think. Hey ho. Well, that sort itself out. The reason was I'm just going to put some yellow there. A minute. Got any grey left, have I? Yeah, I might do a little bit dirty water. Drop it in where that boat is. There you go. And then the boat's going to make a bit of a weight. It's going to have something going along behind it and in front. And I need a little bit more of the really dark. Stick some heads on the figures. Voila. And for the boat itself, doesn't really matter, does it? Just get a fine bit of colour on the rigger, practice by going across there, and just add a bit there with that sort of masky thing. Oh, that's a bit fortunate. It's got a bit of yellow on it, so it looks like there's a reflection coming off of the sky. It's because where I rubbed the brush, it's yellow down there. Interesting. Put a bit on there.
Dave, I'm going to have to dash off. I'll catch up later. No, I'm on an early visit today.
I thought
so I'll catch up later, and everybody have a good week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Well, I'm not far off where I want to be anyway, so I've got a cue for a song. I'm not far off where I want to be. I'm not far off anything, really. I'm just going to use up some of the rubbish paint for a minute while that dries off. I've got plenty of bits in here. Just flick them. I just think that needs to be a bit. Extend it over. I've got the rigger. Yeah, got a rigger. Bit of raw sienna. Yeah, plenty of raw sienna. And actually, a bit of yellow might help. And just see if I can flick a few. Oh, come on, rigger, do your bit. It's not very thin today. I'll just point up some grass things here for now. Tell you what, when in doubt, get the fan brush and just flick it up with some fan. There. Don't mess about. Maybe not. Come on. Everybody's playing up now. I found. I'll put a few grassy bits here and there. They're great, these riggers, these fan brushes. Well, I like them because there's no definitive place where your paint's going to go. Sounds daft thing to say, but when you're using a brush, you're pushing it. You know where the point of the brush is and what's going to happen. But with a fan brush, you never quite know where it's going to end up. That's a bit of a squid there. The figure dries off. Could have a bit more. All I need is to burnt umber just on the head, really. Anyway, I don't want him to be. Well, we want people to think, oh, who is that? That's what's his name, isn't it? A bit dark to that side. Now that green's dried off a bit. And the dog is actually looking, he's turning and looking up at him, which is lovely. I could probably
put a bit of white on him. It could be you and Frodo.
Yeah.
And he is.
Thing is, it wouldn't be, I'm doing the wrong thing there, really, because it wouldn't be that, it wouldn't be light looking this side, it would be dark. I took him for a run just earlier on before I came in. I had to go on my own because I had a parcel
timed to come between 9 and 10. So, and it hadn't arrived. So I thought, oh well, I'll just bung him in the car. Mel, you've got to stay here to do the parcel. And lucky I did, because he came, Mel said, not 5 minutes after I'd gone out the door. There you go.
Mm.
But as it dries back, you can start spotting some more dark areas, and especially in this boat thing. It's all wreck. I'm quite pleased with this, and I haven't looked at the photo hardly at all. Did at the beginning, but I've gone away from this painting pictures to get away from painting pictures to match the original photo. Sort of try and stamp your own authority on it. Your own. It's just a bit of white on the cells. That's why I wasn't too precious about painting over it with the water and stuff. So I wanted to add a little bit of white to it to say, well, it's man-made.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think they look better when they've got a little bit of white. You could, I won't do it with white, but what I would do, now I've stood back and I'm looking at the picture, the figure, I don't know, maybe, no, I'll leave it. I was just thinking I might lift a little bit of colour off of this edge to make it even more, look even more like there's a sort of hint of glow, you know, like the light's coming onto him a bit. It's because I don't know, there's a soft dirt on your brush there. I'll use the different brush. Right. No, that's a flat one. I don't have any. Nothing phases me. Just gonna. There was a dry line on there, but I might go over that with a bit of yellow. Don't know, a bit of orange. Maybe not. Just leave it. It is what it is. So, throw that away.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a challenge for us.
Definitely.
Yeah, gosh.
Stick that one. There you go.
I like, yeah.
That's over to you now.
Yeah, right.
Can you see it all right?
Yeah.
All right, that angle. Are we going for an early lunch?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going over to see Kathy shortly. She messaged me earlier to say she got the new job she went for this morning.
Who's this?
Kathy, my daughter.
Oh, right. Oh, what?
Yeah, she was a chef at the RNLI, but new management took over in January and a lot of them have left. In fact, she was the last one of the original team. And having to get there to start work at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
Public transport meant she had to get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, my God.
No.
So, so this place, she's still going to be breakfast chef, but it's in Bournemouth, which is a lot closer. And I don't think she'll start until 7. So that'll be
a bit easier
better hours for her. Yeah. Anyway, I'll find out more when I go over in a bit.
Oh, good.
Did you hear that the Ivy's come into Bournemouth?
Yes, I
did. The Ivy
did.
restaurant, yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, I haven't heard that. Oh, right.
It's going to be where New Look was, at the bottom of Richmond Hill.
Oh, are they not there? Oh, they're not there now, are they?
No, they've gone. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what, completely?
No, they're still at Castle Point and in Poole, but
Oh,
they just
right.
closed their Bournemouth branch.
Oh, right. Well, God, they're closing
Fabulous.
everything, aren't they?
I know.
Fabulous location though for the restaurant.
They're
Yeah.
opening a new Chinese restaurant in Ashley Cross.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it used to be where the little Italian one was, down past, where they put the new co-op, down
Right.
from that towards the
Right.
traffic lights.
Right.
One of those little shops there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
That row, there's a long row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got loads of restaurants in Ashley Cross, though, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a little hub for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're upset because they've closed down the Maison Sachs, which used to be the bridge.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Because they used to like going out in the garden there.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Where's Kathy got a job then?
The Greenhouse Hotel in Bournemouth, Grove Road.
Oh.
It's a 4.5-star hotel, and it's one of the most eco-friendly hotels in the world.
Oh, right.
Everything is eco-friendly. They're very keen on recycling and
Right.
using wood. Actually, David's done a lot of work there as a DJ and events. He does a lot of jobs there, and he's always said how lovely it is. In fact, Kat, my daughter-in-law, she had her 30th birthday there.
All right.
I've got a doggy bag then.
Mm.
Too good to go. I've got that on my phone. Too good to go. It's an app, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
What was the name of the hotel again?
The Greenhouse Hotel.
Oh, the Greenhouse.
Yeah. If you look at the website, it's quite interesting. They seem to do lots of functions and things. I mean, she'll be a breakfast chef, so I don't know how much she'll be involved, but yeah.
Oh,
much
nice change for
her.
her. Yeah.
Yeah, she liked it, the RNLI. She liked it a lot, and it was really nice and modern working conditions and everything. But it was ridiculous. Yeah, so I'm not getting any younger, and she's 41 now. She said it's getting a bit much having to get up 3:30 to go to work.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
It's fun, is it?
No. Anyway.
So what time she have to get up now then?
I don't know. I think
anything between.
Probably not. She probably won't have to get up until more like the time she was starting work there. She'll probably get up at 5:30 guys back to get there for 7.
Where does she live?
Charminster.
Oh, right. Oh, so not too far
near
away.
the railway station by the big houses there in Porchester Road.
Right.
And Rob, her other half, he started a new job the other day, opening a new cafe in Moordown, so he's much closer to home as well now.
All right.
So yeah, hopefully they'll all settle down. But chefs are well known for just moving around all the time. Yeah. So I've lost count of how many jobs she's had over the years, but each one's been a better one. So
that's good.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, I better be off.
Yes, we better be off.
Yeah.
Go over to here.
Oh well, good luck with your paintings.
Yes, thank you. Look forward to this one.
Well.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Okay then. I'll say bye.
Right. See you next week.
Yeah. Okay then.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Get along.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have fun.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Bye.